Approved codes of practice and guidance. What's the difference? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the answer. Hi, I'm Jess Scott of Oracle Asbestos, and I'm going to answer that question. Regulations, approved codes of practice and guidance. What is the difference? Let's get started with what are regulations. The term regulations refers to legal requirements that are set out by a government. In this case, the UK government. They are the law. So when it comes to asbestos in the UK and we talk about regulations, we are referring to the Control of Asbestos Regulations 2012, or as it's better known, CAR 2012. These regulations are generally aimed at those who are responsible for sites where asbestos may be present. They outline the legal duties related to the management, removal and handling of asbestos at those sites. The requirements of CAR 2012 are extensive and cover all elements of asbestos risk management in the UK. So it should be no great surprise that the consequences of not complying with these regulations can also be very serious. Non-compliance can result in extensive fines and even imprisonment. So they are the regulation. Then we have approved codes of practice. These are generally referred to as ACOPs. ACOPs are documents issued by the Health and Safety Executive, or the HSE. They provide practical guidance on how to comply with specific regulations. So each set of regulations has its own set of ACOPs. The asbestos regulations are no different. ACOPs are not regulations, so they are not the law. However, they are a detailed guide on how to meet the legal requirements of the regulations. That means although they are not law, ACOPs are legally admissible in court and can be used as evidence to demonstrate compliance with the regulations. As such, if you follow the ACOPs and you can show that you have, it is very likely that you can prove that you have met your legal duties under the regulation. Ignoring the ACOPs may not be a breach of the regulations directly itself, but you will struggle to defend your actions if you fail to follow its recommendations and an incident or legal issue arises. For example, the main ACOP for asbestos regulations is L143, Managing and Working with Asbestos. On the subject of reviewing and updating asbestos information, the ACOP says, as a minimum, the management plan, including records and drawings, which is also known as the asbestos survey information, should be reviewed every 12 months to ensure that it is in date and accurate. This part of the ACOP would be admissible in court, so if something went wrong and you had not followed the ACOP, you will really struggle to defend your actions in court. Basically, failure to follow an ACOP can be considered evidence of negligence. So we have regulations, approved codes of practice, and then finally we have what we call guidance notes. So what are guidance notes? Guidance notes are resources provided by the HSE. They offer practical advice and recommendation. When it comes to asbestos, the HSE guidance covers various topics, including asbestos management. As with ACOPs, HSE guidance are not regulations and as such not law. HSE guidance is considered to be a source of best practice. Again, if you choose not to follow HSE guidance or best practice and something goes wrong, it can be used in court against you and it could be considered evidence of negligence. So to sum up, regulations are the law and you have a legal duty to comply with them. Approved code of practice are not the law. They are designed to give you clear guidelines on how to comply with the law. If something goes wrong, you could be considered negligent if you have not followed the ACOP. And last but not least, there are the HSE guidance document. These give practical advice and best practice, which again helps you to comply with the regulations. Again, they are not law. However, if something goes wrong, you could be considered negligent if you have failed to follow them. This video has given you an intro into the differences between asbestos regulations, ACOPs and guidance note. If you would like further information on this or any other asbestos subject, contact a member of the Oracle team and they will be happy to help. You can find our details on the website www.oracleasbestos.com. Thank you.